The Coyote Twin, Vermilion's downtown theater. Providing entertainment Thursdays through Sundays.
Coming up on Coyote News, Vermilion celebrates Veterans Day with the 8th Annual Veterans Day program.
Plus, what the COVID-19 task force is doing to stop the spread. Coyote News starts right now.
Live from the Al Newharth Media Center, this is Coyote News.
Good evening, I'm Sydney Funderman.
And I'm Rachel Peckosh. We'll have those stories and more, but first. Fans filled the Dakota Dome this weekend to see USD beat in-state rival SDSU. The Jackrabbits gained a 10-point lead before Carson Camp found Caleb Vander Esch in the corner of the end zone to put the Coyotes on the board before halftime. USD scored again late in the third to give them their first lead of the game. The Jackrabbits responded with a score of their own, finding the back of the end zone and retaking the lead. With 8 seconds left, the Jackrabbits attempted to end the game by throwing the ball out of bounds, but the ball touched an SDSU fan, leaving 1 second left on the clock. In the last second of the game, Camp threw from the 40-yard line and the ball was deflected into the hands of Jeremiah Webb near the end zone, who completed the pass for a game-winning Hail Mary. With this victory, the Coyotes sit at number 16 in the FCS and will battle number 4 NDSU this weekend for a grab at the Missouri Valley Conference title. Later in sports, we ask Athletic Director David Herbster what the game means to USD.
Kyle Rittenhouse's murder trial continues without a verdict as jurors continue to deliberate over whether he was the instigator or a concerned citizen who came under attack while trying to protect property. Rittenhouse reached into a raffle drum and drew numbered slips that determine which of the 18 jurors would deliberate and which ones would be dismissed as alternates. 18-year-old Rittenhouse faces life in prison if convicted as charged for using an AR-style semi-automatic rifle to kill 2 men and wound a third during a night of protest against racial injustice in Kenosha, Wisconsin in the summer of 2020. Rittenhouse shot and killed Joseph Rosenbaum, 36, Anthony Huber, 26, and wounded Gage Grosskreutz, now 28. The jury has finished meeting for the day with no verdict. November is Adoption Awareness Month. Coyote News' Michael Stake is live in the Muck with a student who helped change South Dakota adoption laws. Michael?
Thanks, Sydney. I'm here with Sadie Schmieg.
Hi.
Students have problems they're concerned about, but not many ask state lawmakers to help solve them. What made you want to help them?
Well, we figured out that South Dakota had an adoption law that really wasn't a good place for all Americans in South Dakota to use because the adoption age was 18 and I had just turned 18, so that was a conflict for us. So we really wanted to change that and change that for other people.
And can you walk us through your process on changing that and what all went into it?
Yeah, so we actually got a local representative, which was our attorney. And with our attorney, we went and posted a bill, and with the bill, we went to the Judiciary Court, then to the Senate, and then to the House of Social Services. And through that, they go through a due pass process. So with the due pass process, they have to go through a 2/3 vote, and each one passed in each session. And then March 5th, Christine Ohm signed the bill, and I had the honor of being there.
And lastly, can you tell us about Friday's rescheduled event?
Yeah, so Friday's event actually got canceled, but we did reschedule it for February 16th, and that will be actually a banquet held here at USD.
Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thank you.
Live in the Muck for Coyote News, I'm Michael Stake.
Thanks, Michael. Donations in support of National Adoption Month can be made at the American SPCC website.
As the COVID-19 pandemic continues, so does its effect on Vermilion. Coyote News' Marissa Brunkhorst reports on how the university's COVID-19 task force is taking measures to slow the spread.
The task force predicts that 75 to 80% of the Vermilion population is immune to COVID-19, whether from vaccination or previous infection.
We've been trying to teach people about how to get vaccinated, how to get tested if they think they might have been in close contact to somebody who's positive, or if they have symptoms. So we've populated the Hoy room in the Muck with testing Monday through Friday, 10 to 2. It's free. It's provided by the Department of Health. The South Dakota Department of Health has given us tests to administer at with no appointment needed and no cost to the students, staff, and faculty. And in addition, we're providing the service to the entire community.
Currently, the task force is encouraging students traveling to get tested before they go home to see relatives for Thanksgiving. O'Kelly said that Student Health would be offering a booster shot to those who have been vaccinated. For Coyote News, I'm Marissa Bronkhorst.
There are currently 5 active cases of COVID-19 on campus. If you are feeling symptoms, contact Student Health for testing and vaccine resources.
Students involved in USD art history classes are getting to showcase their ability to create a gallery for the public to see in reframing the collection Emerging Curators. Located at the Warren M. Lee Center in the John A. Day Gallery, students gathered artwork from past USD students to create a curated gallery featuring different themes in each corner of the exhibit.
My favorite part of this class is demonstrating to students that the things that you do at USD aren't just paperwork or things that you need to do in order to get a degree. In your coursework, you can make something real that becomes part of the scholarship, that is on view for people, and that coursework can really help you get a job.
Says that the students have been working on the exhibit since August and that they were given free rein to put everything together. The gallery will stay open until the 19th.
Still to come on Coyote News, a fight club has made its return to USD.
The Student Government Association is a great way for students to actually impact on what happens to campus or make a meaningful change through legislation and SGA.
We have the tools and the technology. This tech tells stories. Tell yours. Participation in the KYOT TV practicum is open to all full-time USD students. Join Coyote News today.
This is Coyote News.
Last Thursday, the Vermilion School District held its annual Veterans Day program. Coyote News' Morgan Ray shares the details on the 8th annual Veterans Day program.
Known as Armistice Day until 1954, Veterans Day has been observed every November 11th since 1938. For 8 years, the Vermilion School District has collaborated with the Yankton VFW Post 791 to bring students, veterans, and members of the public together in the Vermilion High School gym to honor the holiday. Among those in attendance were USD's ROTC program, whose members carry on veterans' commitment to service.
What motivated me to come out today and participate would be my passion and service for the country. My family has a long history of service, and I wanted to continue that tradition.
Along with the ROTC's presentation of colors, this year's ceremony also included performances from the Vermilion High School Band and Choir, student essay readings, and speeches by VFW members. For Coyote News, I'm Morgan Ray.
The VFW Post 791's next event is a burger feed on the 18th.
This week is International Education Week. USD's Gallagher Center of Experiential Learning and Education Abroad, International Office, Department of Political Science, and Department of Modern Languages and Linguistics are collaborating to host events to celebrate this week. This week promotes programs that enhance awareness of the global environment and attract future leaders at home and from abroad to study, learn, and exchange experiences. Events will take place in the Muck today and tomorrow. The International Club will host a gala to close the celebrations on Sunday evening at 5.
Last week, the country observed the first National First Generation College Student Day. Coyote News' Michael Stake is live in the Muck with the USD president of the new First Generation Club. Michael?
Thanks, Sydney. I'm here with Carter Linke, president of the First Generation Students Club. Can you tell us why you were compelled to start First Gen Club?
This really came out of a need for kind of just a support network. COVID-19 really challenged a lot of first-generation college students, and I saw an opportunity that I was able to help a bunch of different students.
And can you tell us the difference between a first-generation student versus a student with family members that already have gone through college?
So how USD classifies first-generation college students is that neither parent will have a four-year degree. It definitely sets some different challenges for those students. I've been able to learn a lot in just the past week that first-generation college students may be exposed to other dispositions, like maybe being low income, maybe they've have these certain challenges that they're going to have to work through college to try and provide for themselves while they're going through college. There's just a lot of different challenges, and you never really know because it's so unique per student.
And what activities is the club involved with?
So just this past week, we hosted an entire week of programming for National First Generation Celebration Week, but also we're always looking at inviting different student services to meetings to introduce our students and introduce all of our members in our club to a different student support service on campus.
And can you tell us who can be a member and how you would be able to be signed up to it?
Awesome, yes, exactly. So anybody can be a member. We're actually looking for anybody and everybody, so whether you're a first-generation college student, whether you're looking to network with different student support services, or whether you just want to support first-gen students, you can go to our USD Involved page, look us up. We're the first-generation student organization, so you can just click up, sign up for our email listserv, and we'll keep you posted on all of our events from there.
Thank you, Carter. Live in the Muck for Coyote News, I'm Michael Stake.
Thanks, Michael. To become a member of the First Generation Club, go to their USD Involved page.
A boxing club is once again active on USD's campus. The group's goal is to teach people more about the sport of boxing. In previous years, Tau Kappa Epsilon held an annual fight night that included members of the previous boxing club. Because of a past unrelated accident, the fraternity headquarters wouldn't provide the insurance for the event, which ended the club. The club was revived when Professor Gregory Huckabee reached out to students.
Having a boxing club, why it's important, I guess, is just, it's just another thing, for people to do here. I guess, before it wasn't really an opportunity, where now, anyone who wants to learn about boxing can come in and do that. The goal of this club is, I guess, to grow and get more people to learn about boxing, get people in for just a good workout, and maybe produce some good boxers out of USD, possibly.
For the club are Wednesday evenings at 9 in the Wellness Center. In the future, club members want to enter competitions, but for now, they're focused on getting new members. Anybody can join, whether they're looking to become a boxer or just there for a workout.
New federal tax documents released Monday show that former Sanford Health CEO Kelby Krabenhoft received $49.5 million on his exit from the company back in 2020. Krabenhoft's payout includes $29.4 million in his retirement plan, $15 million in severance, and $5.1 million in his 2020 salary. Sanford Health cut ties with Krabenhoft near the end of 2020 after he made controversial comments about the effectiveness of masks wearing during the pandemic. Krabenhoft was replaced by Bill Gasson, Sanford Health's previous chief administrative officer.
Many USD students look for opportunities to work on campus. One way to do so is by being an intramural official. There are many different sports offered through intramurals, giving officials a chance to be involved with any sport they enjoy. Being intramural official also provides an opportunity to develop leadership and communication skills, as well as a chance to meet new people and develop friendships.
The people I get to work with, they're some of my closest friends. We hang out outside of the job. So meeting new people, working with awesome people is probably my favorite part.
Semester will start off with men's and women's basketball, as well as co-rec wiffle ball. If you are interested in joining the intramural staff, email a resume and application to the Wellness Center. The Coyote football team is featured on ESPN's SportsCenter Top 10.
That's right, Rachel. We'll ask AD David Herbster what that means for USD. Stay with us.
In the United States, approximately 6.3 million animals enter shelters every year. Of those, only 3.2 million will be adopted, and over 920,000 will be euthanized. Help put a stop to animal homelessness, save a life, and rescue your next best friend.
My favorite part about the CDC is like the community aspect.
All the events have really good food and like activities and things that you just learn new things about.
This is Coyote News.
This is Coyote Sports. I'm Kyle Ireland. As the triathlon team ends their season, both basketball teams are just starting theirs. The women's basketball team fell to the #1 team in the nation, the South Carolina Gamecocks, 72-41 on Friday, but they bounced back against Drake University on Monday. It was all Coyotes early on as they scored the first 9 points in the game and ended the first quarter up by 17. The Yotes extended their lead to 21 at half and held it the rest of the way, winning 61-46, putting their first tally in the win column on the year. South Dakota was led by redshirt senior Hannah Shervin, who recorded a double-double on the night with 25 points and 12 rebounds. The Coyotes look to build off the win as they take on Briarcliff at home Thursday at 7. The men's basketball team won on Thursday versus Air Force in the Sioux Falls Pentagon by the score of 59-53. They look to keep it rolling in Des Moines on Saturday, where they took on the Drake Bulldogs. The Coyotes led in the opening 8 minutes by 4, but they got outscored 30-10 in the last 12 minutes of the first half, putting them down 16 heading into the break. USD couldn't find a way to cut into the Bulldog lead as Drake won by the score of 99-50. The Coyotes are 1-1 and they'll play their first home game against Southern University on Saturday at 7. As we heard earlier, the football team went viral over the weekend. Coyote News' Phil Larson is live in the Muck to get details on what this national attention could mean for the university. Phil?
Thanks, Kyle. I'm here in the Muck with David Herbster, who is the Director of Athletics here at USD. So David, the game seemed to be over, but apparently a lot can happen in 1 second with the Coyotes pulling off the win. Could you take us through your thoughts during those final moments of the game?
It was interesting. You know, you think about a game like that. It's a great college game, football game to begin with, but you know, when we turned the ball over on downs, 4th and 1, and they take over, I still thought there was enough time for us to get the ball back. Unfortunately, they ended up getting a first down, but still, to me, there was enough time left because they'd still need to get a first down if they wanted to run the clock out. Well, with 8 seconds left, they were in their own 4th down, and so, okay, that's a lot of time. What is it that they're going to do? And really, for me, it was more how much time are we going to have left once we get the ball back. As it stands, you know, they didn't end up punting. They just kind of ran around and just threw it in the stands. You put a second back on the clock. Well, a lot can happen in a second. So the chances are pretty small because that's, as much as you can say that you practice a play like that, it's really difficult to practice a play like that. But you've got 1 second left. Carson Camp made a couple really good moves to avoid the rush and just threw it up. And when he first let it go, I was down on about the 15-yard line. Perfect spiral. And you knew, at first you're just wondering, can you get it to the end zone, deep enough towards the end zone to where, you know, if you caught it at the 10, you're not going to really do much with it. But it starts to land at about the 5s. And instead of trying to knock it down, 2 of them they collided trying to get to it, so it pops up in the air. And there's one more person tries to get it, but has to try to stretch to do it, pops it up and again. Well, understand that during that process, you slowed the ball down a great deal. And then Webb is just sitting right there, literally. He's got to jump for it too, but right into his arms, you back into the end zone, and after that, it's just pandemonium, because that really is, in baseball, it's a walk-off home run. Hail Mary is just the same, especially with 1 second left.
And that play actually ended up going viral and making it to #1 on SportsCenter's top plays. What does that kind of publicity do for the university as a whole?
You know, certainly it's a great moment, and fans, even if you're not a fan of USD or know anything about USD, I think people celebrate a moment like that, and it really is. I mean, whether it's on the SportsCenter, it was on Fox News, it was on the CBS Morning Show, it was on Good Morning America, it was on literally everything. I've got friends that both from on the East Coast and the West Coast had texted me after that game to let me know they just saw it happen as well as the replays were occurring. It's a fleeting moment, but in that short moment, you can certainly put South Dakota on the map nationally just because of that one thing, and the amount of, I'd say 42 to 72 hours. It'd be interesting to know the type of impressions that we really got from that. But everybody knows what happened in Vermillion on Saturday.
And the last regular season game is on Saturday, and then it's Selection Sunday. What would a win do in terms of the current playoff landscape?
A win for us up in Fargo, it certainly will shuffle the seeding of the tournament right now. I feel confident that we have a really good shot to get in, but again, you don't know until, in this case, Selection Sunday, if you're in and then where you might go. Winning puts us up and gives us, I think, not only a greater chance to host a game, but potentially have a bye the first round.
Well, thank you so much for being here, David.
Thank you.
Live in the Muck for Coyote News, I'm Phil Larson.
The football team faces NDSU on Saturday. We have a correction on a previous story. The men's basketball team will be facing Southern University on Friday at 7. The Coyote men's swim team is on the hunt to win the Summit League championships for the second year in a row. This year, the men's swim team evened out at 3-3 at the Coyote Extravaganza. The women's team ended the event 9-1, losing their only duel in day 2. Last year, the men's team took home the title with 915.5 points.
I think the important part is that we really found a sense of chemistry amongst teammates. I think that it's really exciting for us because we just bounce off of each other's success, and we just get excited for one another. And ultimately, that's why we're doing better, I think. So I'm excited for this year.
Won the 100 fly and 500 free with teammate Keegan Henning coming in second in the free event. The Coyotes will close their first semester schedule with the 3-day Augustana Invitational meet at Midco Aquatic Center in Sioux Falls tomorrow. The Coyote volleyball team split the weekend inside the SCSC. On Thursday, USD played Denver with the winner claiming second place in the Summit League standings. Set 1 was all Denver. Set 2, South Dakota led by 6 with set point, but Denver went on a run and took the set in extra play. The Coyotes bounced back in set 3. In the fourth set, the Coyotes ended up on top, forcing a fifth and final set. After a back and forth, points to start the set, the Coyotes got on a roll and closed it out, jumping Denver in the standings. On Sunday, the Coyotes hosted the Omaha Mavericks, with the winner getting to be in the driver's seat for the #1 seed in the Summit League tournament and a bye on Thanksgiving Day. The Coyotes took set 1 but couldn't take another one as the Mavericks took the match in 4 sets, securing one of the 2 first-round byes. The Coyotes will close out the season playing UND and NDSU this weekend. The Coyotes triathlon team competed in the USA Triathlon Collegiate National Championships on Saturday. Maddie Lavin led the way for the Coyotes as she crossed the line in 5th. USD was one of only 2 schools to have 6 athletes finish in the top 25 and the only team to have all team members finish inside the top 30. This helped them claim a podium spot as they finished 3rd as a team. That's all for your Coyote sports. Coming up on Coyote News, students told us what they're most thankful for.
My favorite thing about the International Club is the different events they hold within the school year. My particular favorite is definitely Festival of Nations. Peace out. Except for you. Wait,
This is Coyote News.
Thanksgiving is right around the corner.
In this week's Out and About, we asked students what they're most thankful for.
Here's what they had to say.
I'm thankful for good health.
Honestly, just that school is going well, like all my classes are going well, and just I've got a lot of close friends this year, and just, I don't know.
This year I think I'm most thankful for the Einstein's caramel cold brew.
My mom, because she's so nice to me.
Probably my family, they've just been there.
Friends and family that have supported me.
It's really gotten me through some rough times lately. It always hits different.
That the restrictions of COVID and everything is kind of lifted.
My undergrad's coming to an end.
The friends that I've made in college so far.
No matter what, I never get tired of it, and I will always be ordering it at like 9 a.m.
I'm pretty thankful that we're kind of past a point where like masks and the COVID stuff are behind us. Like it still exists, but it's a lot less than it was last year. Definitely my family.
I'm most thankful for my friends and my roommates because now I feel like I've got a family here in South Dakota.
The new friends I've made here at campus because they've helped me through some really tough times.
Thank you to the Einstein workers. Thank you for everything. I owe all my success to the caramel cold brew, so I really appreciate it.
A well-known grizzly bear and her 4 cubs recently took a nighttime stroll through a city in northwestern Wyoming. Grizzly number 399, so named for her ear tag she received after being trapped for a study, has been familiar to wildlife watchers for years. Biologists think that hanging around the people helps keep away male grizzlies, which are known to kill cubs. The bear's behavior has worried wildlife managers because they've been raiding garbage and animal feed. Biologists trapped 3 of the 4 cubs, placing tracking collars on 2 and hoping knowing the bear's whereabouts will help prevent any problems.
Pick up this week's issue of The Volant with a look into the future of the CDC. Also, check out tomorrow night's coverage of the women's basketball game at 7 on Coyote Radio 91.1 KAOR FM.
That's all for this semester's Coyote News TV. We'll see you in 2 weeks for the Red Report. Remember, it's not news, it's the Red Report.
In the meantime, watch and listen for Coyote News' daily updates throughout the week, also in Spanish. And follow us on our Coyote News' social media pages.
Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.